It's shaping up to be an E3 of uncertainty. EA is no longer having a press conference. Sony is no longer attending at all. But every lineup that steps aside to make headlines later this year makes room for something else to steal the spotlight, and big console news feels imminent. It might be a weird E3, but we can still easily come up with more than 10 games that we're absolutely freaking out to play. Every year, we evaluate where our collective anticipation rests on everything we think we'll see at the show. And here we are.
Number 10!
Master Chief has lost some of his dominance from years past, but even in its lowest points, Halo is a phenomenal shooter that's worth our full attention. Last year's Halo Infinite teaser cryptically began with its environments, slowly coalescing into something every fan would recognize, but that emphasis on landscapes begs the question of just how much time we'll be spending in them. With the Halo rising from the horizon, it brings us back to the series' roots, while simultaneously tantalizing us with something new. Is this the swan song for the Xbox One, our earliest look at Microsoft's next generation, or perhaps both?
Number 9!
Platinum Games has earned a level of respect and devotion amongst ardent fans because at its best, the studio produces the most stylized and polished white-knuckle action games around. Astral Chain continues that tradition, hitting every exciting beat you would expect from Platinum in its reveal trailer. The thing is, Platinum usually has you manipulating just one character, but in Astral Chain, you're tied to what is known as a legion. By manipulating this other body attached by a chain, you can team up against enemies and even use the chain to wrap around them. If Platinum can make combat scenarios and combos engrossing with just one body, the creative potential of Astral Chain seems immediately exciting.
Number 8.
Rocksteady Studios has been painfully quiet since finishing off their legendary Arkham trilogy with 2015's Arkham Knight, and the smaller spin-off Arkham VR in 2016. Rumors have been swirling ever since, with fans pointing to Superman, the Justice League, Batman Beyond, and even the Suicide Squad. On November 30th, 2018, co-founder and director Sefton Hill shot down the idea of a Superman game, only adding more speculation and hype to the highly secretive project. In an era of leaks, the current situation is rewarding and frustrating, and all we can do now is wait patiently for whatever gift Rocksteady is wrapping up.
Number 7.
We try to harbor a bit of hope with each new Star Wars game, but lately the brand has drifted toward darkness under the disorganized management of EA. There's so much untapped potential in the Force when it comes to lightsaber combat, and Respawn has made such interesting campaigns in the past that it feels like this could be most impressive. We've technically seen it after meeting some of the characters and being introduced to its plot, set in the magically mysterious era between the first two trilogies. But how does it feel to be Cal Kestis, one of the last surviving ass-kicking Jedi on the run from the Inquisition? If it's not fun, then all bets are off.
Number 6.
Wondering what's going on, eh? One question first. Are you feeling anything that can be construed as explosive cell death? No? Wonderful. Let's get started.
Obsidian painstakingly creates uncompromising, sprawling RPGs that prioritize world building, character development, and player choice. It's refreshing in an industry that can at times seem shallowly obsessed with the latest trends. Obsidian has in many ways stood its ground, prioritizing depth in one way or another. Outer Worlds seems like the latest evidence of the studio's mentality. It feels like Fallout with the first-person perspective, satirical humor, and open-ended nature, but is also appreciably distinct. Corporations have aggressively taken over other planets to the point where the identity of a place is swallowed by them. In lesser hands, such a setting could be handled clumsily. Considering it's Obsidian, however, we can't help but be optimistic.
Number 5.
In 2015, dreams came true. Nearly 14 years after the release of Shenmue 2, Yu Suzuki shocked the world by announcing a Kickstarter campaign for the long-dormant and seemingly dead series. The campaign was a huge success, smashing records and eventually raising over $6 million. Over the years, information has been slow and steady, with brief developer insights and screenshots released to try and satiate our unquenchable thirst. After a somewhat stiff teaser trailer was shown in 2017, subsequent trailers have looked far better, along with Yu Suzuki's ambitious goals slowly coming to light in recent interviews. 2 delays have only made the wait more painful, and after so many years spent waiting to continue the epic journey, it must be finally time to play it.
Number 4.
When Doom was rebooted in 2016, it brought the series back to glory. Now 3 years later, id Software looks to continue the long-running franchise's legacy of brutality with Doom Eternal. From what we've seen of the game, all the core concepts that we love so much about the series, like killing hordes to a heavy soundtrack, seem better than ever. New additions like the grappling hook and dash look like excellent upgrades to keep the movement fast and fluid, and the invasion feature where another player can break into your game as one of the many demons in your way has promise. With Hell coming to Earth, we can't wait to bring carnage as the Doomslayer once again.
Number 3.
For years, Cyberpunk was but a whisper on the wind. While the developers behind the Witcher series were open about adapting this next franchise from the very start, we knew next to nothing about what that could look like. Last E3, a staged hijack of the Xbox press conference turned that on its head with a masterfully executed trailer revealing a world that's dark, vibrant, and thoroughly envisioned. This was followed up by a demonstration behind closed doors that went nearly an hour long, proving that the trailer is just the tip of the iceberg. Cyberpunk 2077 mixes together some of the best elements of The Witcher 3 and Deus Ex, including branching narratives, gritty protagonists, and crazy ways to upgrade your own body. On top of that, it brings us into one of the most interesting and densely constructed cities we've ever seen. And that mind-blowing look into the future is now a year old, and it's still very much unmatched.
Number 2.
There haven't been many drastic changes to this franchise over the years, but not knowing what the theme is surrounding the newest Animal Crossing this late in the Switch's life cycle feels especially odd. There is always a gimmick, like the camping focus of 2017's Pocket Camp. Some of these twists elevate each sequel, and others have proven unnecessary. Animal Crossing games are built to live with you, becoming part of your daily routine, so the sublime portability of the Switch fits the experience beautifully. Or rather, it feels like it will. We'll have to see what it's all about first.
Number 1.
The reveal for Final Fantasy VII Remake elicited legendary reactions, but after starting off hotter than Sephiroth walking through flames, the game's development fell into oblivion. After over 2 years of speculation about its fate, Square Enix finally popped a phoenix down to resurrect the project with a tantalizing new teaser during State of Play, which teased more to come this June. So when it comes to E3 2019, anything less than another hype-inducing trailer and a chance to finally go hands-on with the most anticipated remake of all time would be the greatest disappointment. Easy Allies create shows, podcasts, reviews, and more thanks to generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.